Greetings and welcome to our HerStory Awards celebration. My name is Adia Lancaster and I will be the MC for today's event. It is wonderful to have you joining us from near and far as we gather here online, whether you're here live with us today or watching this at a future time, to honor three remarkable women whose courage, compassion, and leadership are making a meaningful difference in the lives of others. You know, every woman has a story, and today we celebrate women who have chosen to use their experiences, their gifts, their talents, their influence in the service of something greater. Their lives remind us that history, but I guess in this case, her story, is not only something that we inherit, but something we help the choices that we make and the lives that we touch. On behalf of Women's Federation for World Peace USA, thank you for being here to recognize these inspiring women and to celebrate the power of women who are leading with heart. Before we begin with our awards program, it is my pleasure to introduce the president of Women's Federation for World Peace USA, Dr. Katerina Connery, who will share a few words about WFWP and the heart and purpose behind the HerStory Awards. So if you can please give me and join me in a warm welcome to this virtual stage, President Dr. Katerina Connery.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Adia, for this, the wonderful introduction and the welcome. Hello, everyone joining us virtually. It's very nice to be here again with you for this HerStory Awards. I really love the HerStory Awards because we're going to be hearing some amazing stories. These are beautiful stories from some amazing women leaders. I think many of you feel as I do that the world today is very divided, and it feels like even more and more we hear news of suffering, of pain, of division, of conflict, and many times it can feel very, very hopeless, right? What's the status of the world, and what is our future as humanity? I think it was Mr. Rogers who shared about what his mother told him, that when you're in these very dark and difficult times, you look for the helpers. And I would say that these Her Story awardees, these women are the helpers. They are working quietly many times, not for the recognition or for the awards or for popularity, but they're doing it because they saw a need and their heart was moved and they wanted to do something. Even they felt like they couldn't do nothing. So they acted and they helped. And they're helping in different ways in different spheres. And it's amazing what they're doing. And here in the Her Story Award, it's not just to recognize what they've done and the accomplishments that they've made, though those are amazing and wonderful and very impressive. But also with this award, we want to recognize and honor the story behind what got them to where they are today. So when they receive the award, they're sharing a little bit of their story. They only have a few minutes, though we know there's so much more, so many more nuggets of wisdom that they could share with us. But we're going to get a little bit of glimpse of why they do what they do, how they got to where they are, something about their journey and the wisdom and the lessons they've learned along the way. And so that's really the highlight of the Her Story Awards. And I know there's a lot to be shared. And I hope that these positive stories of women just rolling up their sleeves and doing something to help others, despite any challenges they face personally, they're just going at it and not stopping. We have to share these stories more and more so that we can see there is hope in the future. We do have amazing and wonderful future ahead of us because of these women and because of all of us coming together to learn from each other. So that's it for me, because we have a great program ahead of us, and so I'm going to pass it back to our wonderful MC to get us started on our first awardee this evening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Connery, for those beautiful and meaningful remarks. And now it is time to begin our Her Story Awards program and meet the extraordinary women we are gathered to honor today. Our first awardee is Candace Joe. Candace Joe is a DNA graduate student pursuing a Master of Public Administration at Arizona State University. She earned her Bachelor of Science in Public Service and Public Policy with a concentration in American Indian Studies from Arizona State University in May 2024. Driven by a passion for servant leadership, Candace continues her graduate studies to develop strategies that foster intentional, compassionate leadership with Native-led nonprofit organizations and local and state government. Her mission is to ensure that community voices are not only heard, but translated into meaningful action that strengthens and uplifts Indigenous communities. Candace currently serves as Arizona State University's 2026 to 2027 Miss Indigenous ASU, a higher education advocate, and an Indigenous Fellow with the School of Public Affairs. In these roles, she champions educational access, cultural representation, and civic engagement while empowering Indigenous students to pursue leadership in higher education. For more than 6 years, Candace has dedicated herself to serving tribal communities through wellness initiatives, higher education advocacy, and cultural revitalization efforts. She has collaborated with local and national Indigenous organizations, including the Phoenix Indian Center and Native Americans in Philanthropy, where she has served as a lead coordinator, youth cohort member, and grant reviewer. Through these experiences, she has developed expertise in community organizing, grant making, program coordination, and collaborative leadership. Grounded in her DNA values and guided by a deep commitment to service, Candace is passionate about building stronger communities through advocacy, partnership, and purposeful leadership that honors Indigenous voices and creates lasting impact. Before we get a chance to meet Candace, I would like to first bring up the woman that nominated Candace for this Her Story Award today, Miss Glenda Lambert, to say a few words about Candace. Please welcome Glenda.
Oh, thank you so much, Adira. It's so wonderful to be here. And especially, I am so grateful to be able to nominate this incredible young leader, Candace, to this incredible award. I have to really say that, Candace is an amazing woman. She's my coworker, and I, could see her dignity, her professionalism. I could see her heart, her beauty. And I was like, wow, I wonder what else is she doing? And guess what? When I heard that she was crowned the Miss Indignitas on the ASU 2026-2027, heard what she has been doing, I was so impressed because she's so young and she still have a lot to give and so much more to give to communities, to the world, really. So that is why I'm so grateful, that she accepted that I would say, hey, can I nominate you because you're doing such wonderful work? And I'm especially grateful to the Global Women's Peace Network, committee who said, you know what, we would love to have her in our Hall of Fame, the Global Women's Peace Network. So I'm really grateful that I can be here to give you all a little bit of a glimpse of what this incredible young woman can do. But I'm going to give it to her now. So I'm going to kind of stay back now and hope that you all can really learn some more about this incredible Candace. Thank you.
Thank you so much from both of you. Before I go ahead and say it in English, I'll introduce myself in my language. Shik Doshana, Adona and the Shniki A Kiani Nishlan to Heglini Bashashin, Bipatoi Dashate, A Tachi Dashanella, Shay Candice Jervinisha, Nadine Tashnaching. Hosdot Dishadishe, the Hosdot Deshan, Shema A Evangeline Jolia, Doshadeja A Jasmine Jolia, Shema Doshadeja Isdot Hosdot Debuan. Shamasana H. Neva John William, Dosha Che A. Ernest John Williams, and Shamasana A. Jet Days are the kids, and Akut Al Sananishlan, Arizona State University, the Inishta, the Public Administration, A. Ba Inishta. Shay Nakidamilda Ba Anadin has told, Nakidamilda Ba Anadin Sosit, Arizona State University, Kanishlan, Ad A. Bilagonic Edge at Dehodedzi, Ahiha. Hello, everyone. In English, my name is Candace Joe. I'm of the Towering House clan, born for the water flows together clan. My maternal grandfather's clan is the Deer Spring clan, and my paternal grandfather's clan is the Red Running Into the Water People clan. And this is how I identify myself as a young Navajo woman. I'm the proud 23-year-old daughter of Evangeline Joe and sister of Jasmine Joe. My maternal grandmother is Shima John, and my maternal grandfather is the late Ernest John. I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, with my family being from Blue Mountain, Arizona, located on the Navajo Nation. And I am a graduate candidate pursuing my Master's of Public Administration at ASU, and I am the 2026-2027 Miss Indigenous ASU. Thank you all so incredibly much for having me. Thank you for the kind words in the introduction. And thank you so much to Glenda. I really am just inspired by her and so grateful to know her and to be able to accept this award. Thank you to the committee and this amazing organization for uplifting women. A little bit about my story. I currently serve as the Miss Indigenous ASU. So I serve as a cultural ambassador for my university that I attend. And as ambassadors, we have a court. It's not just myself. We also have a Mr. Indigenous ASU and also first attendance as well. And so with our titles, we have platforms. We're able to spread awareness and have a platform about cultural revitalization or anything that we're passionate about. And so my platform is decolonizing identity through cultural courage and kinship. And what that means to me in the work that I do and that I'm passionate about is cultural revitalization efforts within our Indigenous communities. Indigenous language and culture has been impacted by colonization for years, and but at the same time, there is so much revitalization efforts that are being done to bring back our language, to bring back our ceremonies, to bring back our prayers. And as a young Diné woman, I feel it's my responsibility to uphold those cultural values that I hold. And so I'm able to hold this platform and be able to encourage young people and people of all ages of my community to be able to learn their language, to speak their language, It can be difficult, especially depending on where you live, whether that you live on the reservation or you live in a city. There's a lot of difficulties and nuances when it comes to learning about your culture, but there's so much beauty in it as well. And so I've been able to serve my community in that way, as well as be a coordinator in different various organizations, and be able to bring those cultural workshops, bring those cultural classes to people, and be able to connect them with knowledge keepers that can help them learn more about their culture. And in my studies of public administration and public policy, I believe it's very important as a young woman, as a young leader, to be able to advocate not only to my community members, but also to the broad public as well. So, looking at government and looking at how nonprofit organizations can accurately and authentically serve Indigenous people is really where my passion is for the work that I do. I became in this role with Miss Indigenous ASU about 3 months ago now, and it was my first time vying for a title like this. And there's so much responsibility and leadership that comes in it in ways that I think that my younger self never imagined that I'd be able to hold. But being able to lead an amazing team, being able to lead the native student body of ASU is really important to me, and being able to do it in an ethical way that still represents everyone in the most accurate way possible. And so I'm just really grateful to be here. And today we're actually in Crown Point, New Mexico, my family and I. It's the Navajo Nation Fair parade season kickoff today. So my court and I were actually in a parade this morning. We got up around like 3 o'clock. We got to interact with so many of our community, be able to see all of our elders, be able to give out goodies and treats to them. And so it's just been an amazing day. Lots of traveling with this role as well. So, but with my role, I get to travel to so many amazing places and interact with our people and get to learn as much as I can. I'm basically like a sponge right now, just soaking in every interaction, um, everything that I'm able to be taught by my elders and also by the younger generation as well. They give me so much amazing medicine, and I'm just really grateful to be able to hold that. And this title has been able to bring me so much good medicine, and the work that I've done is truly something that I just really never thought I'd get to experience in my younger self. But taking those leaps of trusting myself as a young woman, being able to put myself into leadership roles when I started in high school all the way to now, has really just been able to bridge me to my youth, to the Native youth that I work with, to be able to bridge me to knowledge keepers, and just immerse myself and make sure I learn as much as possible. So I'm just really grateful to be here, and thank you so much for this award. It really means so much to me, especially as a Native woman. It just brings me in awe. So, yeah, thank you so much to the committees, the organization, to Glenda for this nomination, and to everyone for being here. Congratulations to the other awardees as well. You all are amazing women. Our future is very bright in Indigenous communities and all over the world because of women like you. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Candice. Thank you so much for sharing your little bit of your heart and your story. I feel your spirit is just so bright, and I can see what Glenda is saying about your just radiant spirit, and it's wonderful to see young people like you who are just very passionate about what you do and making a difference. So thank you. So I'm going to present virtually this Her Story Award, and we will send you a physical copy as well. This is the Her Story Award which is proudly presented to Candice Joe on this day, July 25th, 2026, in recognition of your unwavering commitment to uplifting Indigenous communities through advocacy, education, and servant leadership. Through your compassion, cultural pride, and steadfast dedication to amplifying Indigenous voices, you inspire others to lead with purpose, strengthen their communities, and create lasting impact. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. So all of you who are watching virtually, please give her a round of applause. And we wish you all the best, and know that we're all behind you and supporting you spiritually behind the scenes. So let's pass it on back to Adia. Take it away.
Wow. Thank you so much, Glenda, for introducing Candace to the community and beyond. Candace, like Dr. Katerina said, we wish you all the best and are supporting you behind the scenes for the incredible work that you're doing for your community and beyond. And that's just one inspiring awardee. We have 2 more to go, so let's move on to our second awardee of today, and that is Tinu Akinshola, who is a licensed attorney with extensive experience in corporate transactions, public policy, and contract compliance. A certified social entrepreneur professional, she currently serves as an acquisition planning and contract compliance specialist with the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority. Throughout her career, she has combined legal expertise with a deep commitment to advancing human rights, gender equity, and social justice. Tinu began her advocacy as a victim's advocate and court companion for survivors of domestic violence before coordinating child abuse prevention initiatives through the DC Children's Trust Fund. She is the founder of She Rises International, Inc., an organization dedicated to promoting gender justice, women's leadership, and economic empowerment in the United States and developing nations. She has also served as chair of the legal sector for the Pan-African Diaspora Women Association, vice president of the Nigerian American Lawyers Association, and as a commissioner on Montgomery County's Consumer Protection Board. She currently serves on Montgomery County Citizens Review Panel for children while continuing to mentor, educate, and advocate for women, youth, and underserved communities. In recognition of her outstanding service, Tinu has received numerous honors, including the 2025 Humanitarian Award from Restore TFI and the 2026 Ambassador for Peace Award from Universal Peace Federation. She is also professionally certified by the United States Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights in human rights, human trafficking, and protecting the rights of children in humanitarian situations. Through her legal career, nonprofit leadership, and community service, Tinu continues to inspire positive change by advancing justice, equity, and opportunities for vulnerable populations. And before we bring her up to this virtual stage, I do want to share some words from the woman who nominated her, which was Miss Elizabeth Ahi. And she said, I met Mrs. Tinuade Akinshola at a UHR conference on February 29th, second day of the conference. We happened to sit at the same table during lunch. We spoke briefly and exchanged business cards. I felt a connection with her immediately. It was as if I had met a sister or a dear friend I hadn't seen in a long time. I followed up with her afterward and later invited her to the HerStory Awards event at TWT in March. She had a wonderful experience at the event, and afterward she visited both our WFWP International and WFWP USA websites. She was inspired by what she saw and decided to become a WFWP member. She also invited our international president, Mrs. Hori, who lives in Japan, to come to America to receive an award at the She Rises event in October. Tinu told me that she had already contacted Mrs. Hori, who initially shared that her schedule was very busy, but that she would consider the invitation. I am happy to say that Mrs. Hori has now accepted the invitation and will be coming to America. Mrs. Akinshola's dedication to empowering and educating women and girls extends far beyond her own organization. She actively collaborates with agencies and nonprofit organizations that support and advocate for women, children, and underserved communities advancing social justice and equality. When she learned about the work that we do, she saw that our mission closely aligned with her own. She connected deeply with our vision, and without hesitation, she chose to support our work by becoming a WFWP member. Tinu has a warm, motherly presence, and whenever I am around her, I feel as though I am with a caring and loving older sister or a lifelong friend. She has a pure heart and a genuine passion for empowering and uplifting others. She has positively impacted individuals across diverse communities, and her outstanding leadership has earned her well deserved recognition. That is why I nominated her. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to my dear friend, Mrs. Tinuade Akinshola. Please welcome her to the virtual stage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. I just want to say a big thank you to Women Federation for Women Peace, for World Peace, and also for this great award, the GWPA and Her Story Award. It's very surprising for me, to bank an award back to back in a year. So, but I just praise God and I thank God for bringing Elizabeth also my way. So, and also, I thank everyone that I've met on the way, even with regards to joining this wonderful Women's Federation for World Peace organization. I thank God for that. So, you've heard, my name is Tinuade Akinshola. Of course, I'm licensed to practice law here in the United States as well as in Nigeria. And my journey really through to this country and up until this time has been all about God, especially for with the passion and the compassion really of the people who raised me. I was born and raised in Lagos, and this was when girls and female children are still actually struggling to make it. But the people who raised me, my grandmother, and then his sister's wives, and the extended family on Lagos Island in Lagos State, they are very wonderful people, beautiful hearts, beautiful soul. They have so much compassion for the poor, for the needy, and they are highly spiritual too. So, and I say that I took all this, I gained this from them, and this is why leading up to what I do now is possible. And I say that because, of course, we go to church. We started everything guarded by faith and by the Lord. And some people do that on the outskirts, but then when you see it being practiced every day, you wake up to it, you sleep to it, and so you live it. And that is why this all makes sense and came back together for me. By way of introduction, of course, in May 2020, I and my friends, professionals, we gathered together, and this was actually during the COVID. And I got the inspiration by the Lord that I have to start an organization. I've known that all my life anyway, because it's all about the poor, the needy, the helpless, the hopeless, the less privileged. I wasn't born with silver spoon in my mouth, but we did not lack. So, but I see people who lacked, and I see how the compassion um, held by my grandparents as well as my parents what they had, and that's why it's easy for me also to launch into this. Now, of course, I like anything that makes me to advocate for everybody generally, children especially, but most especially women and girls, because I believe that I was given so much opportunity back then that I can do anything I set my heart to do. And that is why it makes sense and it matters most for me. I love to see women and girls achieve their God given destiny, where the Lord wants them to be, regardless of what is around them, regardless of their environment or the geographical location they may find themselves. I want everyone to thrive in the land where they live, even getting into entrepreneurship, whatever you set your heart to do, believing that you can do it and you can do amazingly well. Let nothing stop you. And that is the creed of She Rises International Inc. We started in May 2020 and we started going to Uganda because the organization She Rises International Inc. It was actually established to advocate for gender justice and equity here in the United States as well as in developing countries. What did we do or what are we doing? Right now, we currently have several projects. I'll start by sharing with you what we do in the US. We have empowerment programs, business development, and any programs that help, women in mentoring them. In sometimes we also actually we have an adopted shelter in Montgomery County. It's a women's shelter for the homeless and the domestic violence victims, and we go there quarterly. We give them donations. We also fundraise sanitary towels for them to help them, to assist them. And then also we have the board members. Some of them are dentists, we have medical doctors, we have nurses, and some of us attorneys. And all of us go in there, we support them, we help them. Some, if they have crisis issues, they need to have taken care of, whether legal, immigration, or even in terms of mental health issues, we do that with them. And also in Uganda, because ours is to do anything here in US and outside the country, which is to go into developing countries to help women and girls. We have projects in Uganda, and one of our projects in Uganda is to sponsor who are whose parents are unable to sponsor them, whether college or vocational studies. And we've started that, and the Lord is helping us through. Of course, we need funds, we need more funds. I just want to say a big thank you to all the board members, really, because we are self funded as we currently are. And that is why periodically, yearly, we have a huge fundraising event to invite people and to actually honor and appreciate people who have been helping and then supporting women and girls throughout the world. That is why we do the Honor Award. And we're so excited to have Mrs. Hori be one of the awardees this year. Now, going back to Uganda, outside of the sponsorship, the college sponsorship, we also do maternal kits distribution to indigent women who have newly given birth in Gulu Regional Hospital. Now we're trying to even launch into other rural areas in Uganda. We have our team there on the ground who help us to um, make this happen. Also, we have what is called feminine products distribution. I've told you about this where we do it here in the US, but in Uganda, we have an MOU with Makerere University, the Faculty of Technology. And what they do is that we purchase the sanitary towel from them directly. They are biodegradable. We're not only helping and supporting girls and helping them in terms of their period and bringing awareness and help support even into ending period desert. We are also helping the environment because the sanitary towels are actually biodegradable, and that is something that is really a big thing for us, and we're so happy that we have that opportunity to be able to do that. Of course, we have other projects in Uganda, but we're gradually growing, and we need a lot of help. But with God on our side, we're inching in daily. Now we have project also in Nigeria, and the project we have a collaboration with Sheya Desai Initiative in Oyo State, Afijio local government to be precise. And Sheya Desai assists and supports and collaborates with She Rises International for empowerment of girls and supporting them, even college scholarships, sometimes vocational studies. They learn what you call catering and hotel management. They learn graphic designs. They learn fashion and hair and wig making. They learn how to weave bags and a lot of things that we appreciate all our sponsors who are helping us to make this happen. And to all the Sheya Disa teachers and mentors, we appreciate them. We say thank you for staying on the side of female and girls, because we want every child who is a female to be able to get education, to be able to be adequately and favorably represented. We want people, our girls, to be able to secure an enterprise or an education or a professional career life that they themselves want. It doesn't even matter if it's in the area that is not traditionally known for women, but if that is what they want, we always want to support girls to get that. And that's why I just want to say thank you for having me. Thank you so much, Dr. Katerina Connery, and thank you to Women's Federation for World Peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As everyone can tell, there is so much this amazing woman is doing. So I encourage everyone to please check out the website of She Rises International. And I just love how, you have the professional background and everything, but you're not just interested in, your own career, but you're using what you learned, and you learned that from your grandparents, your family, and for
Yes.
your love for God, that you bring it into, like, I'm not just here for myself, I'm here to make a difference in the world. And that's amazing and
Amen.
beautiful. So let us bring up
Thank
this
you so
virtual
much.
certificate. We will send you the real one as well, and I'll present it to you. This is the Her Story Award, proudly presented to Tinuade Akinshola on this day, July 25th, 2026, in recognition of your unwavering commitment to advancing justice, equity, and the dignity of every person. Through your compassionate advocacy, courageous leadership, and steadfast dedication to protecting the rights of women, children, and underserved communities, you have inspired hope, empowered lives, and championed lasting social change. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. So, everyone, virtually, let us give her a warm congratulations, and we'll turn it. Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for all you're doing. We'll bring it back to Adia for our final awardee this evening.
Thank you so much, Tinu and Dr. Connery, and it just keeps getting better and better from here to meet these extraordinary women. It is truly an honor to meet them and to have them be a part of the GWPN Women's Hall of Fame, as Glenda has coined. So let's move on to our final awardee for today, Dr. Mary Pineda. And Dr. Mary Pineda is a dedicated educator with more than 20 years of experience in secondary science education, specializing in physics instruction. She came from the Philippines in 2015, bringing with her a lifelong commitment to advancing STEM education and expanding opportunities for students across diverse learning communities. A proud mother to Robert and Riley and wife of Roberto, Mary draws strength and inspiration from her family, who remain her biggest support system as she continues her work in education. She recently earned her doctorate in education from the American College of Education, further strengthening her expertise in evidence based teaching practices and educational leadership. Throughout her career, Mary has expanded her impact beyond the classroom as a co author of science education books and through her collaboration with NASA's Hunch program, where she has supported authentic, real world STEM learning experiences for students. She remains deeply committed to empowering the next generation of learners in physics and STEM fields by creating inclusive, engaging, and high impact educational opportunities that open doors to future academic and professional success. And before we bring Dr. Pineda to this virtual stage, I do want to introduce the woman who nominated Dr. Pineda, who is Yoshiko Kamiyama. Please say a few words about this amazing awardee.
Hi, my name is Yoshiko Kamiyama, and I've been working with Teachers Council, a nonprofit organization, for the last 4 years. We work with school districts to help bring in highly qualified and talented international teachers. Over the last 4 years, I have worked with hundreds and hundreds of admirable international teachers. During this time, however, one teacher stuck out to me as truly outstanding: Dr. Mary Grace Pineda from the Philippines. She recently received a PhD in education, and I thought it would be the perfect time to nominate her for the Her Story Award in recognition for her achievement and her long years of service as a teacher. She also did this while raising a beautiful family. For the past 26 years and on 2 continents, Dr. Pineda has taught science with a passion and enthusiasm that inspires children to become scholars. Currently, Dr. Pineda is an AP Physics teacher in Greenville County, South Carolina, the largest school district in the state. Dr. Pineda also co-authored the physics science curriculum textbook used across the Philippines for students. Her knowledge in science and expertise in how children and students learn make her one of the top in her field. Another remarkable accomplishment of Dr. Pineda's work that I'd like to highlight is her work with the students in the NASA Hunch competition. Engaging her students in a research and development project in collaboration with the U.S. NASA agency also led to several benefits. The students were engaged and interested by participating in a nationwide competition. They were given the opportunity to design entirely new products or systems that could be used by NASA. She and her students won an honor for creating the bamboo greenhouse, a design that could allow astronauts to grow plants while exploring the boundaries of our solar system. One final point I like to highlight is simply in the data of her student outcomes. Dr. Pineda's physics students have outperformed the global average significantly. In 2025, just 66% of students globally taking the AP Physics exam passed. Dr. Pineda's students, however, had a 91% passing rate. This goes well beyond her being an effective teacher. It shows her ability to connect with students who otherwise would not have engaged with their education. I am honored to have worked with Dr. Pineda and so happy and grateful to you to have considered and chosen her for the very special Her Story Award.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mary Pineda. Let me start with a big thank you from the bottom of my heart to the organizers of of the Her Story Awards, Yoshiko, my fellow awardees, and everyone joining this award ceremony. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. This morning, I had the privilege of celebrating one of the greatest milestones of my life as I virtually walked across the stage to receive my doctorate. And tonight, I join you as a recipient of the Her Story Awards. And to have these two milestones happen on the very same day is truly humbling. They remind me that success is rarely defined by a single moment. Instead, it is the culmination of years of sacrifice, perseverance, and faith. And so tonight, let me share three lessons I have learned from my journey from the Philippines to the United States. First, every challenge became preparation. My career began in the Philippines, where I discovered not only my love for science, but my passion for helping students believe in themselves. Later, I was blessed with the opportunity to teach in the United States, an experience that expanded my perspective, challenged me professionally, and to say that it's a life changing experience is actually an understatement. It has changed my life for the better. And like many people pursuing their dreams, my journey has not been easy. There were moments when carefully made plans changed unexpectedly. And there were times when I questioned whether the sacrifices were worth it. Um, Yet, through every challenge, I have learned something powerful. God doesn't remove the obstacle because the obstacle is preparing us for the next assignment. And I am joining you tonight to tell you that I am shaped more by the difficult seasons than by the successful ones. Setback taught me resilience. Disappointment strengthened my faith. And the second thing I learned from my journey is that teaching is not simply my career, it is my calling. And I think I can speak for a lot of teachers about this, that teaching is their calling. Everything I have accomplished always began with one simple purpose: to become a better teacher. That purpose led me to pursue my doctorate in education, and inspiring me to conduct research because I wanted to understand how teachers could better support student learning. One of the experiences closest to my heart, which Yoshiko also mentioned, was the NASA Hunch mentorship. I worked with students to solve authentic problems connected to NASA, and that reminded me that education is about much more than textbooks and exams. It is about helping young people realize that their ideas matter, that they belong in science, that they can solve problems that the world has never solved before. As teachers, we simply don't teach content. We build confidence, we open doors, and sometimes we change the direction of a student's life without even realizing it. That is why I continue learning and I continue believing in education. And the last lesson I learned from my journey is that success is measured by impact, not titles. The greatest accomplishment for me is knowing that somewhere a former student believes in themselves because I believed in them first. It is knowing that fellow teachers have been encouraged through ideas I have shared. And it is knowing that my work, whether inside a classroom or through mentoring, has made even a small difference in someone else's journey. Looking ahead, my dream is bigger than my own career. I hope to continue conducting meaningful educational research. I hope to provide professional development and help that can help equip and inspire others. And I hope to continue mentoring educators and students, whether in the Philippines, the United States, or wherever God opens the next door. Because education has never been about geography, it has always been about service. So, again, thank you very much to the Women's Federation for World Peace, to Yoshiko, and everyone attending this awards ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary. That was your three lessons were wonderful and spot on. I just love how, wow. Yeah, what what Yoshika said was exactly right. You're like, I feel like you're one in a million teacher, and you're not just educating their minds, the students that you have, but you're also educating their hearts and their confidence. And that's not all teachers have that perspective, and I think that's so wonderful and amazing. Especially, as a mom, parent, I would want my kids to learn from teachers who have the perspective that you have. It's not just about, getting tests or learning things for their brain, but also, helping them to be, amazing people with good characters. And yeah, so thank you so much for everything that you do. And let's
Thank you.
bring up yeah, but let's bring up this award. We'll virtually present it to you. It's coming. Here we go. So this is HerStory Award is proudly presented to Dr. Mary Grace Pineda on this day, July 25th, 2026, in recognition of your unwavering dedication to advancing STEM education and inspiring the next generation of learners. Through your passion for physics, commitment to innovation, and lifelong pursuit of educational excellence, you have empowered students to explore, discover, and embrace the possibilities of science and learning. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. So everyone who is watching this right now, please give her a warm applause, and we congratulate you and send you off to many more amazing educational opportunities and all the
Thank you.
students whose lives you will touch. And
Thank you so
please,
much.
yes, thank you. Please take it away, Adia.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Connery, and thank you, Dr. Pineda, for all of the amazing work that you do to create future STEM leaders for the world. That's really beautiful. All right, before we depart today, I just have a few exciting announcements that we want to share with you, some opportunities to stay connected to the heart and purpose of Women's Federation for World Peace. The first is we want to encourage you to become a member of Women's Federation for World Peace. Tonight is a beautiful reminder of what happens when women lead with heart, courage, and compassion. And membership is just one way that you can be a part of that movement all year long. And we have different tiers of membership plans available for you that you can join and be a part of. It's all about strengthening a community of women who are committed to service, to peace, to leadership, to creating real change in our families, in our communities, and the world. And we would love to have you walk with us in this journey. So please consider becoming a member. You can find membership opportunities at our website, which is wfwp.us/membership. We also have, one thing I wanted to mention too is that if you're still considering membership, to at least please sign up and subscribe to our email list as well. That way you can stay up to date with all of the amazing things that are happening with the Women's Federation for World Peace. The second thing is that we want to invite you to our annual Awaken Retreat that is happening this December with the theme In Full Bloom. It will be in Colorado Springs, and it is just an opportunity to create this amazing space for women to come together, to get away from all of the noise, to breathe, to reflect, to reconnect, and be renewed from the inside out. It is happening Thursday, December 3rd to Sunday, December 6th, as you can see on your screen. And it's really for anyone who feels ready to come into deeper reflection, to reconnect with themselves for meaningful sisterhood, for spiritual renewal. We really encourage you and invite you to learn more on our website and to register, as registration is open. And as you can see, details of that are on the screen. And lastly, we want to invite you to the Virtual Schools of Africa campaign that will be opening up in August next month. And it is an exciting opportunity. It is a project that is really at the heart of Women's Federation for World Peace and what we do. It supports educational opportunities for young people all across the continent of Africa. It helps opens doors for their learning, for them to gain new skills and to create brighter futures. During this campaign, you'll also have an opportunity to purchase beautiful handmade bags that were created by graduates of the New Hope Technical Institute in Rwanda. I got a little sneak peek of those bags, and I can just tell you they are beautiful, they are amazing, and you will definitely want to take a look at those and snatch a few up, maybe one for you and one for your friends, a couple more for your family members, because they are just beautiful mementos of those who are learning the skills in Rwanda. And it's just something to remind you of and to connect you what's happening across the world. So please take a look at that when it opens up in August, and stay tuned for more information. And with that, I just want to again thank you for being part of this beautiful HerStory gathering. We couldn't do this without you, and the support of the women who put this gathering together, the women who showed up here that we honored this evening. And we hope that these opportunities give you a meaningful next step to stay connected, to stay inspired, to stay involved, and to really do something substantial and meaningful for this world, working with amazing leaders, women leaders all across our communities. And it's just such a beautiful network that we are creating. So we hope you stay in touch. Thank you once again for your time and your dedication to the work that we do. And we look forward to seeing you at our next HerStory Award gathering next quarter. All right, with that, I will say good evening, goodbye, good afternoon, and we'll see you soon. Take care.